Hello, the April template for EdgeRater is all about annual trends. When you run the program, you'll see there is a new what's new category for April, and it tells you what an annual trend template does. And it's basically, the idea is to locate securities that have a consistent historical performance during a particular annual period. For example, from March through to May. So when you see the new annual trends category, you can select it, and there are 4 templates in there. There's a 1 month, a 2 month, 3 month, and a 4 month template. I'm just going to quickly go through these to show you what they do. And they're very similar, except for the duration. So here's the 1 month template. And I'm running this on my list of weekly options, and I have downloaded 10 years of data for each of the stocks in the weekly options. And just as a reminder to show you how you can choose the amount of data you want to download for a particular symbol list, you click on the edit icon. It's the little pencil icon for a particular list, and then in the dialog box that pops up on the right hand side there's a tab called Data Update Options, and you can specify how much data you want to retrieve whenever you fetch data, and I've set this to be the most recent 10 years. Okay. So having got that, what I can do now is just run this template. And the template, you can see the progress along the bottom. It's processing 10 years of data for each of those symbols. And it then comes up with the resulting report. And that has been sorted by the month of January, the number of up months, and versus the number of down months. So it's sorted by number of up months, the highest at the top, and then secondarily sorted by the average percentage gain in each month. So what this means is that it's taken that 10 years of history and it's slicing it into annual slices, and then it's saying, for instance, for January, show me what happened for each of those slices for the January time frame. So for instance, for January 2014, January 2015, 16, 17, and so on, how many of those months were up months and how many were down months, and what was the average gain for all of those Januaries put together. And it does that for every stock, and then it goes on to also do that for each of the months. So you can get an idea of how stocks have behaved historically during those months. And if you see any trends, you may want to take advantage of those. And now the other templates in here are 2 months, 3 months, and 4 months. So let me show you quickly. We'll go to the 4 months template, and I'll just quickly run that. It's the same idea, except this time, instead of just showing you the performance for January, it's showing you the performance in the January column for January, February, March, and April. So at the top of the list here we have Priceline, and it's showing that there were nine up periods over the historical data, so and 0 down periods for January, February, March, and April for all of the years that we have data. Now here it says there's only 9 years of data. 9 plus 0 is 9 years of data in total, even though I said I've got 10 years of data. And the reason for that is that the program will not count incomplete sets of data. So because we're going January, February, March, and April, we don't actually have a full year of data for 2014 because we're not quite through April yet. So it's only counted the previous 9 years. So it's saying during the previous 9-year period there were 9 up years from January to April, 0 down years, and the average gain in each of out of all of those years put together, the average was a 23% gain for Priceline. And you can go through and sort this. If you were, for instance, interested in trading a stock, and we are coming into May right now, so say you might be interested in trading a stock in May. Maybe you found it through doing some scan, potentially a MACD divergence scan, some of the George Lee squeeze scans you could do, you could then come in here and say, well, let me find that stock in this list, and I'm interested in placing a trade that potentially could last for a few months, so I want to make sure that over the previous years it's performed well during those monthly periods. So you can then search for your stock over here, and you can find out if it's had a lot of good up years versus down years, and what the average percentage gain was. And having explained the 1 month and the 4 month templates, you can easily understand what the 2 and the 3 month templates do. Exactly the same thing, except it's just the duration of time that it is slicing the data for. So here the 2 month template is slicing the data from January, including January and February. The February column is February and March, the March column is March and April, and so on and so forth. When you get to the December column, it will be December and January the following year. That will be that slice. So that is these are the templates that are for April, and I'm very excited to release this this new set of templates, and this is going to be built on in the future as well, and I've got a few ideas for how to make scanning for certain things a lot easier, with also applying this information to those scans too. So stay tuned for those things, and I hope you like this one. Thanks.